Welcome to episode 99, where we delve into Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature. Today, we're reflecting on how, when we're born, we're like empty cups waiting to be filled. From a young age, our parents, teachers, and surroundings pour their knowledge, beliefs, and ways of thinking into us. We learn how to speak, understand right from wrong, and navigate the world, often without even realizing it. Let's explore this concept through Greene's insights and how it shapes who we become. As little kids, we see the world in a special way. We're smaller than adults, we depend on them for everything, and a lot of what they do seems strange to us. What our parents think is important might seem silly to us. We might watch the same TV shows as them, but we see them differently because we're kids. When we become teenagers, something big happens. We start to feel connected to other people our age. We like the same things, laugh at the same jokes, and care about the same stuff. We also start wanting to be different from our parents. We might change how we dress or talk to show we're part of our own group. Big things that happen when we're young, like wars, new technology, or money problems, really shape how we think. If there's a war, we might grow up being careful and worried. If it's a time when everyone's getting rich, we might grow up thinking life is full of chances to succeed. We see these big events very differently from how our parents see them. As we get older, we often start thinking our parents' ideas don't make sense anymore. We want new ideas that fit better with how we see the world. All of this creates what we can call a generation, a group of people about the same age who see the world in a similar way. When we reach our 20s and 30s, we start to have some power to change things. We get jobs, we vote, we make decisions. But the older generation, who's been in charge for a while, often doesn't want to give up control. They might say we're not ready, that we're spoiled or don't understand how things work. Sometimes, young people's ideas become so popular that they change the whole culture, like in the 1920s and 1960s. Other times, older people stay in charge and young people have less influence. But there's always some pushing and pulling between the generations. Then something funny happens. When we get to our 40s, we start seeing younger people the same way older people once saw us. We might think they're spoiled or don't understand how things work, just like our parents thought about us. We might even start thinking the world is getting worse because young people don't care about the same things we do. What we don't realize is that this has been happening for thousands of years. There's even an old clay tablet from 3,000 years ago, where someone wrote that young people were lazy and would ruin everything. Every generation thinks this about the next one. In any generation, you'll find different types of people. 1. Leaders, who start new trends and aren't afraid to be different too. Followers, who like to keep up with what's popular. 3. Rebels, who go against what most people their age are doing. But here's the thing, even the rebels are shaped by their generation. They're just showing it differently. None of us can completely escape the time we were born in. Each generation has its own feeling or spirit. You can often see it in the music they like, the art they make, or the way they talk. For example, the 1920s had wild jazz music that showed how excited and fast-paced those times were. As a generation grows older, they might change some things, like partying less or caring about different issues. But some parts of their personality stay the same. People who were idealistic and liked to judge others in the 1960s might still be that way today, just about different things. At any time, there are usually 4 generations alive together. How they mix, disagree, and work together creates the spirit of the times. Think about 20 years ago. How different did it feel? The way people dressed, the cars they drove, the words they used, all of that shows what was important then. To understand where things are going, it helps to know where your generation fits in this big pattern. Are you part of a generation that's pushing for change? Or one that's trying to keep things the same? Understanding this can help you see the bigger picture of how society changes over time. Remember, every generation thinks they're completely new and different. But we're all part of this big cycle that's been going on for thousands of years. Each generation takes what came before, changes it a bit, and passes it on to the next. That's how the world keeps moving forward, even when it feels like it's moving backward. We're now accepting a special kind of donation, your likes. Each one gives us the motivation to keep creating top-notch content for you. If something in this video resonated with you, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be valuable to someone else. Now, a quick reminder. Make it a habit to learn something beneficial every day. Remember, the content you consume is like food for your brain. Be intentional about it. Otherwise, the algorithm might end up influencing your thoughts. Give it some thought. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.